Happy Aloha Friday, friends. Hope everybody's doing amazingly, that you've had a good week and you're ready for a good weekend. It is 4:25 p.m. here in Hawaii. The thermometer says 92 degrees. A little bit overcast. Got a weird cough right now because the AC is blowing on me. I just finished up cleaning one of my construction sites. And I had a good week this week. So this week was a little different. I taught in the School of Missions Evangelism at YWAM Honolulu. And that's a school, secondary school, for students that are looking to go longer term overseas to be a missionary. And so I was asked a little while ago to teach a week on fundraising. So a little different week for me. That's not something that I do normally. But I had a ton of fun doing that and was glad to share some of the things that I've learned in the past, 15, 20 years of fundraising. So, one of the things that I taught in that school is that people say silly things. And especially when it comes to fundraising and missionary work. So, just this week, I've had people say silly things to me. And I originally said people say dumb things in class, but that's not very nice. So, I have to say people say silly things. So, recently, someone asked me, while watching a Facebook Live, to stop sharing so many Facebook Lives. So, there's that. And that was pretty funny. What's another silly thing? Oh, I just heard that... I'm going to try to not be as specific. Someone, a friend of ours, has a family member visiting. And they were talking about us, I guess, and said that we were missionaries. And the family member was like, why? Just straight up, why? And the reason for that is because as a follower of Jesus, as a Christian, Jesus' last words, his last commandment was to go into all the earth and make disciples of all nations. So we're just trying to be obedient. We're trying to do what Jesus said. We're trying to make sure that if we say we value something, that we actually value it. So that's part of it. And someone else, really well-meaning people this week, I guess it was a little more than a week ago. No, it wasn't. It was less than a week ago. That doesn't matter. Sat me down and just said, there's got to be a way that you can make money doing what you love. And I think they were very well-meaning. But pretty much, hey, stop this whole missionary thing where you got to ask people for money and go make money somewhere else, because there's got to be a way that you can make money doing it. And maybe that's just on us, that we're not communicating what we do well enough. I'm trying to do a good job of communicating, but maybe there just needs to be more communication as well. So, Jess is leading a Bible core course of young missionaries. Youth with a Mission is a missions organization, and she is walking students through reading the whole entire Bible, learning about the context of Scripture, and reading it that way, and looking at the character of God through the Scriptures. So I feel like if we're sending out missionaries, and we are just having young people who don't read, much less read the Bible, and we can walk them through the Bible in 3 months, then that's a pretty valuable thing. Because, I believe that the hope of the world is Jesus. And Western civilization was founded on biblical values. And so we need people to understand this book. If we say that we're Christians and we've never read through or understand the book that we say is foundational in our faith, then that's a little bit of a problem. So there's that. But anyway, so this week, man, I was stoked. I am stoked on the students. There were 6 students, and these guys are willing to go spend some of their best years of their lives to go preach the gospel. Just today, one of the students made a commitment. We were just kind of doing some out loud role playing for asking people to partner with us, and he said out loud that he was in this role play that he was going to go to a country for 2 years. And everyone was like, what? Did you really just say that? And so I am super excited that another person is committing to go to a country for 2 years, to do serious work, to get the work done, to preach the good news of Jesus in a place where it's an unreached nation. 3%. So I don't know why I'm being vague about the country. I think it's just because I, talk a lot about closed countries. This isn't a closed country, so the country is Cambodia. The team is going to Cambodia for 2 years. I think the majority of them are going, but 3% of this nation are believers in Jesus. 3%. And so a lot of people, haven't even had the opportunity to hear the gospel. And so this team is willing to go and to move to a third world country, which is not comfortable. It's super hot. My wife actually went to Cambodia on part of her DTS outreach back in 2008. And Cambodia's history is crazy. Genocide, that was... People are still alive that witnessed that genocide. And so I really believe that the hope of the nations and the hope of the world is Jesus, the reconciliation, the worldview, the truth that he brings, forgiveness, right? Is the hope of restoration for that nation and those people, the love of Jesus. And so I'm stoked that we get to work with people who are willing to go and to do. So just in the face of people saying silly things, man, it's good for me to just double down on my why. Why do I do what we do? It's because Jesus said to go do it, and there really are people in the world that are unreached. So it was a weird transition today, finishing up teaching, and then immediately having to go and clean. I'm passionate about pouring gasoline on young people that are passionate about Jesus who want to go and do. And so that's what I love doing. And so then to turn around and have to go clean some construction offices. I'm not passionate about cleaning construction offices, but I will do it because it helps provide for my family. And it's that source of tent making. You can look at 1 Corinthians 9. I taught about that this week. Paul is just saying that he had every right to live by the gospel, but because people couldn't handle that, he worked anyway so that no one had anything to say. So Paul probably even knew that people said silly things. But so there it is, guys. It's good. It's good for me to double down on my why, to realize what I'm passionate about, to be surrounded by people that are passionate and willing to go do something about it, to endure hardship, because there's people out there that really haven't heard about Jesus. So that's why we do what we do, even in the face of people saying silly things to us. So we want to just keep after it, and that's why we do what we do. So thank you to everyone that partners with us, that prays for us, that understands. If you got questions about what we do, I want to answer them. I want to do my best to hear what you're thinking, and so there it is. Encourage you guys to live by your values. Whatever you say you value, do it. I want to grow in that in every area of my life. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anything like that. But yeah, that's my fired up Friday thoughts as I'm driving home here. I'm going to shut the interwebs off for 24 hours. My family's going to observe Sabbath together. We're just going to have some good family time and rest and enjoy. Excuse me. Enjoy. So that's what it is. All right, guys. Thanks for hearing my thoughts. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.